might be the end of the motor.
I got a compression test, bro. I think this thing's done.
What is good, y'all? Back with another video with the 335. I know I said in the last video that I was going to be going to the no-fly zone. Unfortunately, that did not happen. The car had some issues. I was getting a 2 ABC and a 3100 code. I know you guys are probably wondering where those codes came from. Considering in the last video I was just hitting 25 PSI with this car. Long story short, those pulls I did in the last video were 100% direct injection and not port injection. The port injection was wired wrong. I had two wires completely flipped. They're really similar. They're purple and blue. I'm colorblind, so I didn't know the difference. I flipped those the correct way. I then turned on the car and I was getting some issues. And that was the 3100 code and the 2 ABC. Still no resolution. I missed fly zone. The car's been down for about a week now. And I just found out my issue. The way I found that out, I went and tested my T-map sensor with a meter. I was getting no voltage, so I went to my DME box. After I went to the DME box, I then noticed that there was a pin that connected to the T-map sensor, which was pin 10. So I went ahead and looked for pin 10. There was nothing in that slot. Turns out it was actually in pin 13, so I moved that back over to pin 10, put the DME back in, started the car, and voila, now the car has no more boost issues. That being said, I'm gonna go ahead and do a POV drive because I've been slacking on a video and I miss driving this car. So let's go ahead and get the cold start. Come on. Know, gotta support the bull Wyatt. Look at that. Look at that. Shoo! So as you can imagine, I go and get logs. Of course, the car has some issues. The car was breaking up and I was having a cylinder 4 misfire, which later led me to replace my coil pack and spark plugs. That still didn't fix the issue. I re-gapped them twice, still didn't fix my issue. Then led me to think that it was my injector. The fuel trims was showing a sign of too much fuel, but at the same time the AFRs were reading lean. So naturally, I went ahead and bought a new car. Actually bought another M54 because I needed an injector really bad. So super fucking mint car. It's actually my girlfriend's new car now. So what we're gonna do, throw in new Delphi coil packs, of course, and spark plugs. I'm gonna pull the 335 in right now. We're gonna get a cold start on this thing. Y'all gotta hear it. Oh, and also it's got the comfort access. Hold up. Yo, key in the pocket. Crazy. Look at the dash. When's the last M54 you've seen that? That is insane. Ended up having to get new spark plugs, coil packs, and cylinder number 4 injector took a shit on me. So actually bought another 335, which you guys have probably already seen now. Took the injector out of that and I put that in my car. So hopefully today, when we do these logs right now, I don't get a misfire and everything is good. I didn't change the seals or the couplers on the injectors, so that possibly could be an issue in itself. dash right now. But let's just say it feels like there's a misfire. Yeah, it's not good, boys. Might be the end of the motor. So officially we have an answer with the car. I sent a log over to my tuner Omar, and essentially he said that my car is leaning out on the low pressure side, going up to the high pressure side. I was very confused as I just replaced everything in fueling. I popped my hood and it turns out I completely forgot to connect the hob switch. So that would make sense. My secondary fuel pump wasn't kicking on. So I'm about to start the car. I'm gonna go get some logs right now, bring you guys along. Let's hear this cold start right now. Yo, I think it's too cold. I don't think it's gonna start. No, we got it running. Woo! Yikes, my oil temp is literally at 68, so yeah, we got some time on our hands. I think this thing's done. Fuck, when the clear codes doesn't work, bro. Dude. It's like the N54 life. Nah, dude, this is foul. This is fucking foul. Feel just this little trip I've had already taken. I had to check engine light again, bro. Nah, this motor done. Don't tell me still 4. Oh, cylinder 4 is done, bro. Done. I got compression test this. Oh! Damn! Y'all hear that pop? Bro, it's that cylinder 4, I'm telling you. I think it might be blown up. I think I fucking melted the piston. It's not good. You know, the typical, we're gonna send this log to the tuner and hopefully he fucking tells me my car's shit again and then I'll sell it. Alright, catch y'all later. As you can probably tell in my voice, I got sick, unfortunately, after I finished those door cards up. So I really didn't get to show you guys that. Also, my mom purchased a new car while I was sick. This thing is an actual demon. It's a V8 twin turbo. Inside is so fucking nice. Got like a diamond shifter. Already got some nice wide wheels, tinted tails.
But yeah, it's an X7 M50i, and it's all-wheel drive, so shoot, maybe we make a little track demon on this thing. Like I said, I finished up the door cards. I just didn't really get to show you guys that. I finished everything up quick, my camera died, and then the next day I was sick, so yeah, here's the door cards. I'm actually in love with them. I haven't really drove the car yet with the door cards on. I honestly don't know what the speakers sound like or anything. That's it from the other side. These look super sick. Now today, what I wanted to finish up, I didn't get to do because I got sick. I wanted to finish up gutting all of this. So that's the plan for that today. I need to get gas in this car, so I can't really drive it, unfortunately. Gas station's like 30 minutes away. I have like quarter of a tank and I need to save that gas. So, and then of course, my girlfriend's car too. So funny, this whole house is just full of Beamers now. Like single-handedly, I've converted everybody over to BMW and I fucking love it. But even both my brothers have BMWs too. They just don't live at this house, unfortunately. So I officially got everything out of the car. I really don't know how much weight this is gonna drop. There's a bunch of stuff though. Like this thing itself, I'd probably say is like maybe 5 pounds. This is not even a pound, it's super light. Door cards, they have a lot connected to them. So especially for the E92s, they have like this little push system right here for the seatbelt. Say each of these are maybe 5-10 pounds. So times 2 of those, maybe like 10-20 pounds. This centerpiece right here that I have everything sitting on is actually pretty heavy. This is what you lift up to get in that compartment. So this holds probably like 5 to 7 pounds. And the rest of the shit on top of this, I would say probably 10-15 pounds all together. Fully gutted interior. Looks super good. I do still have the vacuum in here. It's pretty dirty, but... So this is from the rear. Fully gutted. And then I still have to vacuum in that such, but... Here's the inside. And then I also took out like this whole centerpiece. Go ahead and vacuum all this interior really quick, and then I'll show you guys a little bit more. I would be super interested to weigh this whole car just to see what it weighs now, compared to like the OEM spec of what this car weighs. But without further ado, I think that's gonna bring us to the end of the video. Just because I still don't have this car running, I need to go get gas, as I mentioned before. It's like 30 minutes away, and I'm still not feeling 100%. So I'll probably wrench on this car another day, probably tomorrow if I'm feeling 100. But I figured I'd do something. I'm so tired of being inside the house. Hope you guys like this video. Hopefully next video will be the video that we get this car running and running 100%. It's so close. Like I could do like 24 PSI all day long. But the second I go like over 25 PSI, I'm getting a cylinder 4 misfire. Just super unfortunate. I'll find out what it is. It's probably just a couple of rings or something on the injector. Without further ado, I'm out. Catch y'all later. Peace.